Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 with a challenge. We are doing some lucky dip racing. Now the way this works, if you haven't seen one of these before, I use the Kudos Prime websites, there'll be a link to it in the description, and there's a button there where you can randomly select a car within Forza. These cars are randomly drawn for us to go racing with in the game or to upgrade them. In this case, we're auto upgrading them to the top of A class. Now normally we'll pick a car from B class and auto upgrade it to A and so on and so forth, but for today, it was not the case. It was two-wheel drive cars, and as long as they started below the very top of A class, they could be run. So you get cars like the, where is it gone, the M6 Impega's driving, that's quite close to the top of A class to begin with. Danger Man's an M4 that only had about 12 PI to play with. You then get cars like Longbow in a Golf that has a huge amount of PI to play with. I thought I got drawn quite lucky with the NSX RGT. I felt like this was a really, really strong car, and for whatever reason, the auto upgrade decided to put me on off-road race tyres, and I'm 5 PI away from the top of the class. I don't know why, but we are. So, there we go. If this was on slicks, or just not off-road race, I feel like we could have been pretty good. As it is, I think we're just going to not have the grip. But I don't know. Oh, it's on off-road race and tyres and race suspension, because it is a slammed NSX we have going on here. It looks very silly, but there we go. I don't know where we're going to be braking for here. Earlier than that would have been a good call. Impega has some 800 horsepower, by the way, in that BMW, so that thing is going to be an absolute monster down the straight. I have just shy of 400 horsepower in my NSX. I mean, the only plus point of the car on off-road race tyres is at least you do get a good chunk of power, but honestly I would prefer the better tyres at this point. The Ford is very light. That is also on off-road race because that doesn't get any tyre upgrade options. Longbow stuck as the only front-wheel drive with a Golf. That will 100% be on slicks. I'm surprised Forza didn't put aero on it. I guess maybe Forza still doesn't put aero on auto-upgraded cars. I thought it did now, but I guess I might be wrong. We've had a terrible first lap here. We've just gone backwards and not really been able to make any progress at all. Ewan's got a handful of a Nissan, and we have just trundled our way to the back of the field. We need, I say, a few sort of clean laps, and maybe we can then start making some progress forward a little bit. I don't think we're going to be amazingly quick here with the NSX. Oh, we are having a big dive to a bit of an unintentional dive to the inside. Chris has missed a checkpoint. We will pass the boat of a BMW. I so wish my NSX had been built for all the cars to go on off-road race. Why this one, I do not know. But there we go. We will bounce our way across some curbs. The car does not really like going over those all too much. Let's see if we can chase down. I mean, Danger Man's car, but that's almost a stock car. As I said, it doesn't really get much in the way of upgrades, and the game didn't do anything to really help with that. Apparently it just stuck power parts on, and that was that. Blakey's got to the front, and I cannot remember what they were driving. Something. Liam has had a controller maybe disconnect, and that put the Ferrari out of commission. So that's another place for me. I mean, it's a smidge better for the NSX. We can be flat through turn 1 at least. That's something. Oh, although it does not really, the race suspension really doesn't like those bumps. It's not good. It's absolutely terrifying, in fact, across those bumps. It just pings about in a direction. You just don't know what direction it's going to be that said car pings about in. Oh, please turn, please turn. There we go. Oh, there's Rusky with an Elise. I mean, the Elise is one of those cars that you expect to have potential to be very fast, but it's also one of those cars that might not be the easiest thing in the world to drive. Small, very light, they can get a little bit twitchy sort of a thing. And Gliska's up in second with the Holden Sandman that we kind of laughed about, but the Sandman's on slicks. They're small slicks, but it is on slicks. And that thing is apparently quite fast. Hyper has an NSX, the older NSX, and not on off-road race tyres. Funnily enough, that is doing quite well up in third. We're not a million miles away from the pack, we're just not quick enough. Oh dear. We're going to launch the NSX. Well, that's fine. Amy's Mustang was having a look for a way past. It wasn't getting anywhere. We're out wide, and we're going to lose to a Ewan here. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything about that at this moment in time. Oh, please, front end, just turn. Please, just turn in. some of these corners. Oh, you had almost fell foul to the sticky out bit of wall. Might not have got stuck on the wall, but will lose the place. This is pretty much my fight now. The fight is for 8th for me. Desperately trying to cling on. There's no real forward progress option, I don't think, here now. We lost too much time, and Danger Man is going to be clear, barring a big mistake. It's a shame. It's like a good fun fight going on up there. 350's got a good run. He's going to go to the inside of the final corner. Oh, I just can't match it for grip through there. We're going to have to fall into line. It's even got more straight line speed than me as well. Bugger and blast and all of those sort of things. We're going to be ambitious. It doesn't look the easiest thing to drive, the 350. We're going to come flying past. We're to the outside. Oh, here is a battle of the late braking, and it looks like the Nissan might have got it. We're going to cut back, though. We're not going to give up. Might only be over 8th place, but this is our race. This is what... This is all we can fight for at this stage, and we will scythe back up the inside there. Ferrari is going to have the best view of this little battle. Actually, we've got Claire Ewan. Ewan must have made a mistake somewhere. Probably slid the car and lost a little bit too much time. Yeah, the NSX, funnily enough, not really working here. Not really working around this circuit. We are going to head to the finish line, and it is going to be an 8th place. That was quite poor. I mean, I didn't necessarily expect it to be winning. Did hope it might be a smidge better. Just, yeah, that did not work. That did not work at all. It's not the worst thing there, but, yeah, it really didn't work. What was Blakey driving? Because I've forgotten. What car actually took victory in all of this? It was the 69 Mustang. The Mustang Boss would claim a victory ahead of the Sandman. The Golf climbed up to 3rd. That's really good going for the front-wheel drive car. My lap time was terrible. I mean, not a billion miles away, but certainly not close enough, really. Oh, dear. Well, on to the next one. So, we head to a Scramble race for this second part. I mean, we should be stronger here. Of course, this, as far as Scramble races go, this one is sort of a bit 50-50-ish with tarmac and dirt. I mean, if you're on the slicks, like the Sandman, like the Mustang, you're going to be fast and then very slow. If you're like me on the off-road race tyres, you're going to be a bit slow and then much, much faster. So you're going to want some form of off-road tyre. I don't know if anything will be put on rally tyres. I can't remember anybody saying their vehicles on rally tyres. Me and Chris will definitely have off-road race, and I think there's a couple of other weird cars that have been put on them, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I mean, we're going to figure out pretty quickly the other cars that are on it. So the Golf, the Sandman, not really worried about the Lease. Like, a lot of those cars, they're just going to run away. And that's fine, because we know they're going to be good at this point. We know they're going to be much stronger. Liam is on Street Sport, something along those lines, with the Ferrari. Oh, okay, we got a little bit crossed up. I don't actually know this circuit very well. I haven't gone to for whatever reason, this is one of those tracks that I just haven't gone to very often. It's not a bad circuit. One of the longer laps that we get, but yeah, I just haven't actually driven it all that many times, so I don't really know where I'm going. Oh, the bumps there. That's bad news for me. Okay, NSX, now is your time to shine. Hopefully, you'll be able to make up a bunch of places while... Oh, God, although, of course, everything here is two-wheel drive. See, we can have the speed. Problem is, we've got traffic in the way. We're going to have to get a little bit... Oh, God! That's why Gliska nearly did a front flip, because Gliska had a... oh, God, another car. It's very straight. But we've got so much more grip than everything else down here that... oh, we're going to get carted out wide. They're going to get stuck on the outside of everybody actually getting into trouble. And then... as I said, it's not the worst off-road section, and we just couldn't really do anything with the car's strength. There's just too many vehicles around to be able to do all that much there. Hyper leads from Rusky in all of this one. We're looking for a way past a Golf. It probably won't last even if we do manage to make it stick somewhere, which we might just do here. We do outrun the Golf in a straight line. Just don't know where I'm going through the tunnels. By the looks of it, neither does anybody. I think this is just a track that's forgotten about in the game, if I'm honest. Just how it goes sometimes. Well, I'm going to presume potentially Hyper and Rusky are on rally tyres. But I don't know. Oh, we're going to get a lot of understeer. Rally tyres would be my tyre of choice if I was building a car specifically for this circuit, because so much of it is on tarmac. The gain you'll get from the off-road race tyre for this section here just isn't enough. Right. Can I not be held up? This is the question. I've got to find a way past these cars. Here we go. We'll duck past the Volkswagen. We'll duck past the sliding Nissan. Now we've just got to find a way past the Ferrari. And we will move ourselves up into third. But any chance of catching the top two is long, long gone in this one. Oh, that's a hairpin. I don't know the track. That's on me. That's me just driving like an idiot there. Not going to go around the outside of you. Instead, I will just cut back and put the power down. I mean, Chris is sort of as expected with that Ford, kind of following me a little bit, because that's the same compound tyre as this. Oh, I know that Ford. A-Class might be a little stretch for it. In B-Class, that Ford's fantastically quick. At least it was on Horizon 4. I haven't really built one much on here. But they are generally a strong car. Oh, can be a lot faster through there than I was. Where is the Ferrari going to go? Honestly, it can probably have a dive through here that gets it right. Although it hasn't got great tyres, they are a little bit better. More my just lack of circuit knowledge that's doing me in around here. So I'm not sure. Like, I know some of these corners are fast, some of these corners are not quite as fast. And I'm not 100% sure where we go. There's a big fight going on with Longbow and Chris back there. Okay, yeah, we didn't actually drive that bit very well this time. Oh, bumps are horrible. Now, let's reel back in the Ferrari. It's going to struggle to make that corner, as expected. Now, we're not going to be close enough for a dive. I don't think we need to, though, here. We should be able to just get on the power and then cut underneath it through one of these, because it's just not going to have the grip. I mean, it's carrying some speed. Got Ferrari in the way. Still got Ferrari in the way. It's going to park on the apex and be really annoying. Did not get myself into a good place to try and find our way past there. We will now. It was a little bit of a look. We tried the patient. It didn't. We didn't find a way past, so we tried the slightly less patient. I mean, there's always going to be a little bit of a gap there to fit the NSX through as we head on to this final lap of the race. Well, I mean, the battle of the podium, the last podium spot, is going to be between me and the Ferrari. The top two are gone. They're having their own very close little race, actually, up there. Can I remember this circuit well enough to have a good final lap? That is the question. Ferrari's running too deep through all of there. We will be a little careful through this section. If I can get onto the dirt in front, we can definitely do it. It's going to be difficult. Ferrari might want to shove its nose up the inside here. Indeed it does. But it will struggle to keep that car ahead. Yeah, okay, if we can just make sure we don't do anything dumb here, and I don't think the Ferrari's going to have any option. It won't have the grip that we do. It won't have the turn-in, or it won't have the traction. I mean, we're not perfect here, but we're good enough that we should just stretch our legs, run away from the Ferrari a little bit here, and all is good. And Gliska is struggling with the Sandman, unsurprisingly, let's face it. Slick-tired. The slick-tired cars are always going to be a little bit more difficult, but I think Gliska may have missed a checkpoint, because Lombo's still doing pretty well up in 6th with that Golf. All things considered, that is actually not a bad showing at all. Front-wheel drive, normally pretty good in Forza games, and that is doing well, considering we're in A-Class. That is doing very, very well indeed. We're better here, but we're not really, I say not really good enough. It's a better final lap, but I don't think we've got the pace of the top two cars regardless. It was always going to be difficult after the start, but yeah, we did not have, and definitely did not have an answer for those top two vehicles. I know one was an NSX. What was it the Rescue was driving? Oh, very close between the Mustang. I was the Elise. The Elise would get up and take the victory. Okay, well, lap times weren't that far off the other NSX when we got ourselves clear. We weren't a million miles away. We just lost way too much early on. Ferrari claimed fourth ahead of the GT70. Then we had the Golf, and then we're going to go to the end screen. What were the tyres on? Rally. Okay, I think they're both on Rally. But certainly the Elise was. I couldn't see the other NSXs, but the fact I couldn't suggest the tread on that would be Rally as well. You'd normally notice the off-road race. Okay. I mean, I had a ruined NSX for this first part. Kind of a pain, but that's what you get from the lucky dip. On to the next ones. So the vehicles have been redrawn, and we've gone all the way up to S1 class now. And the game is determined to be a pain to me. I was very excited when it drew me the Corvette ZR1, and for some reason decided to put it on rally tyres. Okay, they're better than off-road race. I do have 937 horsepower, which is the second most powerful car here, only beaten by Gliska's DB11. That is on slicks, but it is very heavy. Yeah, I mean, the Corvette, I feel like, should be a strong car. It's going to have a lot of straight line speed, but it's slightly annoying it decided to go for rally tyres. We will see how it fares. There are a few other cars on rally tyres. I think the Donkavort is an absolute animal and quite the handful. I'm not sure can't remember who else is on rally tyres. I think Chris, wherever Chris has gone, is on rally tyres. But yeah, there's a couple of cars on some funky tyres. I should be very good down the straights. There should be very little that beats us. I mean, we're under 3,000 pounds in this car. Power to weight ratio is strong. I mean, it's not bad to drive, and that's the thing. This is not a bad car to drive. It's just not going to have the grip of some of the other cars. I mean, that's just, the way the lucky dip works. That's the fun of this, is you get given a weird thing and just sort of make the most of it here. Who is leading? In fact, Chris is leading the way with whatever the hell they're driving. I think they're a Ferrari of some sort, if I've remembered cars correctly. It's a little bit of a faff because S1 class is now quite a high PI class. You need a lot of power to get started. Quite a lot of cars just can't even be contemplated. Like we drew M3s and a couple of other bits and pieces that just don't get to the top of S1 at all when you auto-upgrade them, because auto-upgrade doesn't change engines in the cars, so you're stuck with a standard engine, and standard engines might get 600-700 horsepower, but I mean, I'm running 900 in this Corvette. So yeah, you often need a good chunk of power. The LFA sadly missed a checkpoint, and that will be the Lexus in trouble. We are catching up to Gliska here. We might have a look to the inside, and we will make the pass stick, and we will move up into a 7th place in this. Oh, come on, Corvette, it just doesn't quite turn. We could see we're against the one car that's more powerful than us, and probably better at a straight line. There's probably less drag on that Aston Martin. We're going side by side with Gliska through here. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we've just not got the pace in this, which is a shame, because I feel like the Corvette should be strong. It is quite a high S1 class car to begin with, but yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. I mean, we're coming up against the two GT cars essentially here, the Ferrari and Aston. Oh, got a great run through there, but I had nowhere to go. This time earlier on the brakes, the Ferrari's in trouble. Whoop! Come on, Corvette. Sneak your way around the outside of one. Oh, well, don't know if the Ferrari knew I was there. There certainly was not all that much room for a Corvette. And this fight has really cost us any chance of getting further up the field. So the Ferrari is also on slicks, but is a few hundred horsepower. I say a few hundred, it's still running 700 something horsepower. But that's less than me and Gliska. Oh, and it's got a big wiggle going up this hill. We're not close enough, though, to have a look. We're going to patiently look at the back of the Aston. Come on, can we find a way to duck underneath? Oh, the Aston ran wide and got a little bit of airtime off of the dirt there. I just don't have the grip to make these passes quite. For a couple of laps to now try and find a way through. Not quite getting the most out of the car through there, although we're set up nicely for this next section. Oh, that was too early on the brakes. I knew we had to get early on the brakes for this bit, but I was then too early on the bloody brakes. God dear, I'm not driving this all too well. We're miles away from the lead group. We are just not able to keep pace with them. It's not been helped by this fight, however. Even if we weren't in this, there's no way we're catching the cars further up. Liam is behind us now. Liam's Camaro. We have a rule when we do these. If the car's not able to get within 10 PI at the top of the class, you can re-roll. You can redraw a different car in the hope that it can. Now Liam's Camaro is 12 PI away from the top of the class. They were offered to re-roll if they wanted, but they have stuck with that Camaro, and it's not doing too badly, all things considered. It's a Z28 Camaro. We are not close enough. Yeah, if me and Gliska stop fighting each other for long enough, I think we're both quicker than the Ferrari, but we just get stuck fighting each other, and then the Ferrari gets away. And I mean, we're on the final lap now. I'm not going to have crazy... Look, yeah, I just can't get the front end to really do what I want. That is the tyres, essentially. I mean, the braking is a little bit better on the slick-tyred cars as well. Oh, I thought I was going to miss the checkpoint. Thankfully, we didn't. We're kind of better through some of these longer corners. I think that's just the weight factor is a little bit more in our favour here. Just not going to be close enough to do anything. Slap around. Try to put the power down out of there. Oh, Liam's missed the checkpoint behind us. I presume is gone miles off the front of the pack. However, we have at least had an exciting race here over 6th and 7th and 8th. Gliska might be in trouble on this, the final lap of the race. Made a mistake. Just wandered wide, and we were in the right place to profit from that one. I'll be fine putting my wheels on the dirt. Doesn't matter to the Corvette on the rally tyres. Oh, that was a good race. That was actually a thoroughly enjoyable battle. It wasn't for the positions further up. Did not really have the car to fight for those. We got stuck in a little bit of traffic in those battles. The Carrera GT takes victory from the XJR. The Celine would come home in third ahead of the Ferrari 458. As I said, Chris was also, I believe, on rally tyres in that 488. So that's not a bad showing for that car. Oh dear. But hopefully we can do better in the next one. Maybe. For our final race with these Lucky Dip vehicles, we are heading to the Horizon circuit. We are all the way down at the back again. This track might work a little bit better for me and for the other high-powered machines, essentially. It's not quite as technical as the previous track. We will see. Blakey hated the Donkavort so much, they've gone and got in the Wooling from... I think it's the race Wooling, that's how bad the Donkavort is to drive. Yeah, we will see what the Corvette can do here. It's likely... I'd say it's likely. If it's going to do better, it's going to do better around a track like this, I would hope. But, I don't know, it might still not have enough grip, really. It's frustrating by virtue of it isn't actually that bad to drive. It's just not got enough grip as the slick-tyred cars, essentially. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Chris is leading the way with the Ferrari. Oh, I'm glad we were still in ghost mode then, because for some reason my brain just hadn't registered we were going out of ghost mode, and I was just not paying attention, and we were just in the side of the Lexus, but thankfully we were. Oh, that's fine. We've got around there a little bit. So Lombo's Jag is on slick tyres and is desperately slow down the straights. Not that I got anywhere I can really go here. We're going to be stuck trying to go around the outside of everybody. Doesn't often work. Ewan has got to the front of the race in this. I can't remember what they're driving. Oh god, careful through all of this. Getting very busy. We're going to try and shoot through to the inside where we can. Going to have a lift and fall back into line. Bloody hell, Lombo's car's got so much grip through there. It just can't match the straight line speed of the likes of the Corvette, or probably the likes of Danger Man's Ferrari even. Yeah, we've got good straight line speed, but we're actually going to get dive bombed down here. Made worse by the fact I've got a slow Ferrari in the way. I've got to get out of this group. This is costing me so much time being stuck behind. Oh, Danger Man must have missed a gear there. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, this has really cost me. That's desperately annoying. And now we've got Gliska coming across in front as well. We've got to get past, essentially, here. Because We've lost so much time in all of that. Just not being able to find a way through. Okay, Corvette. Oh, no. And then I've hissed it away the second I did get clear. Oh, and we're back to racing the Aston. Come on, we've got to concentrate. Can we get underneath the Aston through here? Maybe, but it's the one car that I can't outrun. Oh, I think I gave it just enough to get it, just a tiniest taps to get it sideways. Oh, that's destructible, thank God. Otherwise we were going to be in trouble. We are not going to be able to chase down the cars ahead, especially if we get stuck in this fight again. Oh, with the LFA. Ugh. Jeez. Oh no, don't let the Ferrari back past again. I feel like the Corvette's quick if it can just be left on its own. It's just not, it's terrible in traffic. It's terrible with other cars around. As soon as you start having to compromise your line, it becomes very difficult to drive as quickly as it can be. Yeah, and I've made slight errors as well this lap, which has not helped matters. Shouldn't have gone in the wall last time around. I've got to be much slower through here than I was attempting. Oop, that's off the wall. Oh, well, we're going to gain a position because Chris is disconnected, but that Ferrari was considerably better than my Corvette. Come on now. Let's try and string a couple of good laps together. Finish strongly. We might be able to get fifth, although the back end just slid its way up that corner. That does not help matters whatsoever. I am slightly peeved about the way the game decided to build this car. I'm not going to lie. I feel like there's so much potential that the game decided to completely ruin for some reason, putting it on rally tyres. Come on, find some grip. We do. Keep the LFA at bay. For now we are. This goes out wide through here, but you'll get away with that to a degree. You should still get a good enough exit to keep Danger Man behind for the moment. Right, carefully does it this time through the final corner. That's much better. Ferrari bounced off the wall, almost bounced into us. Thankfully did not. We will move up into sixth, and then I immediately celebrate by running very, very wide into turn one. Should still get a good enough exit to get away with this. We do. Can we chase down the Aston by the end of this lap? I'm not sure we will. I don't know. We'll give it everything we've got in an attempt to. We'll be better under brakes in theory. It's the traction, I think, is where we're struggling as, I say, the most. Turning is where we're struggling the most, but with all of these cars on their slick tyres and big slick tyres, they can just use their power a little bit better than me. It's not been helped. I've not driven the best either. I think I've been overdriving the car quite a lot, which is never a good thing. We've had a much better final lap here, so I can get the final corner right. I mean, the only way we move up the late is if Gliska gets it very wrong, but we get it okay. Not quite as well as we would have liked, but slide and bump the wall. Yeah, it could have been a little bit better there. Not my finest driving, but even despite that, that car was never going to be winning around that circuit, I don't think. I think I saw Longbow took victory with the Jag. It did sort itself out and did get going. The Carrera's in second ahead of the 458. Celine would slip to fourth, although quick lap time from the Celines, they may have just got stuck in fights and so on. Well, there we go. There we go. I mean, the slick-tyred cars were the way to go, even on the faster, sort of more straight-line speed circuits. I mean, the Corvette was good, just not quite good enough. Slightly gutted about the way it built the car, because if it put it on slicks, it probably would have been unstoppable. However, it did a weird derpy thing and decided 900 horsepower was the way to go with it, but never mind. Yeah, lucky dip. Racing always entertaining with what you end up driving. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get weird things, which has apparently been the theme of this video for me. We had some fun battles, at least. I mean, that's the bit that kind of matters. But there we go. That shall be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.